everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monkeying Around Reviews. Today we have the Victure Smart Video Doorbell Model VD300. Now you need to pay attention to the model number because there are two different versions of this. This one, the VD300, this is for the wired doorbell. So this is for people that already have a regular doorbell in their house and they want to swap it out to one of these video doorbells. The other model, now that one is a wireless model. It uses batteries that you'll need to charge every time the batteries get low. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's inside. So we have a warranty registration card. We have a thank you for purchasing card and an instruction manual. Then you have the camera itself. Now, as you notice, it is a little on the large size when you're comparing it to a regular just push button doorbell, but this does have a two-way microphone in it and a 1080p camera that gives you 140 degrees field of vision. So you don't get from wall to wall, but you get pretty close with that 140 degree angle. This camera is IP65, so it is rated to be waterproof. It's two pieces. This pops out here. This is the part that's going to attach to the house, and this is the part that actually is the camera and will attach into here. I'll show you a little bit more about that in a little bit. We have an accessories box in here, and in this box is everything else. We have the two rechargeable batteries that will be put into here. And remember, I said rechargeable, but it's going to be charged by the 12 to 24 volt system that your house already has, where you have that push button on the outside of your house. This right here, this is the Chime. So the way that these work are, your house should have a transformer that takes the 120 down to 12 or 24 volts in your house. That transformer then goes to the button, and the button then goes to the chime that's in the house, so you can hear the ding dong that happens. This right here will plug in to the ding dong chime part. It'll go right into the same two ports that the transformer already is going into, and this will make this work with your system. What else we got in here? We have a micro USB cable. The port for that is right here on the bottom. A 16 gig micro SD card. So it does come with the SD card. You don't have to buy one. That actually goes into the battery panel. So when you unscrew this and put the batteries in, there'll be a little slot for the SD card. Now you don't have to use just the SD card. This does have a cloud service that you can look at everything from online. This bag here is all of your wiring pieces. So if I open this up, we will have some wire nuts, some wires here that will connect from the existing doorbell hardware into this here. Looks like a little sticker, little metal tabs. These here will slide into this piece here. So it'll look kind of like that when both are put in. And that's where this can touch to this, which will then go to the wiring. It's all explained in the instructions, but it's pretty simple. There's only two wires you got to deal with. So there'll be two wires going into the door button that you remove. They will be attached to these. These will then go into this, and then that little plate there touches this, and then you screw this in here on the bottom for safety. It's simple. It's literally two wires just being extended into this system. In this last bag here, this will be all the mounting hardware. And these little screws here, you can see them, they're real tiny. Those are what are going to attach, these into here. These are all Phillips head screwdrivers, so is the one for the battery. But if you take a look at all the mounting hardware, it has this security screw, and it actually comes with this. It's a real small torque security driver, and that can go into there like so, and that is the screw that goes into the bottom of the actual doorbell that goes into the mounting hardware. So this is not a standard Phillips or flathead, so someone can't come up and just remove it. It is a torque head, which is a 6 star. This screwdriver, like I said, was a security. It's got a dot in the middle of it, but that's not actually needed. But you don't want to lose this. See, there's also some double stick tape. There is a reset pin down here. Looks just like the same ones that you would use to eject your SIM card from a phone. And then the actual mounting screws there where you drill the holes, push these anchors in, and when you screw them in, they expand. And there's 4 of those. You only need 2, so I'm guessing there are some extra ones, which is nice in case you want to move this later. And that's it. That's what's all in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this up. We're going to take the wiring itself. I'm going to show you how the wiring goes into here without actually putting it on the wall, just to give you the basics of how to put this together. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's all the pieces that we actually need to make the doorbell work. Obviously, other than the 2 wires that are going to be coming out of the wall. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 2 screws here on the back. It's just a standard small Phillips. There's one there, and there's one here. We take those off, and this back panel, there's a little clip here. We're going to put our finger in there and pull, and it has some locking pins here on the sides. So it's a little bit of a pull, but don't worry about it. It won't really hurt anything. So, batteries. So we're going to take them out, take the plastic off of these. Now these batteries are wired together, so don't try to break the metal that's soldering them together, but you do want to take the plastic off that's around it. So the plastic is off, and now you can see it's 2 batteries soldered together. So you're going to match the positive to the negative. So this does have positive and negative written on it, even though they're not like regular batteries. There's not those little pieces that stick out to help you. So we're going to just pop, before we pop that in, we want to put the SD card in. Because once the batteries are in, you can't get to the SD card. So we're just going to put the SD card right there on the top. It just slides right on in there. Push it in until it clicks. Battery in, and that's it. As you can see, the light's already coming on here on the bottom. So I am going to put this back on, like so. Screw this on here, and screw this one on here. Tiny screws, so make sure you do this in an area that if you drop it, you're going to be able to find it again. Because everything here is very tiny. Okay, so it's powered on, it's ready to go. So the next thing would be is in here you would have this mounted to the wall. All right, so I mean I'd be obviously be looking just like that. And the 2 wires from the existing doorbell would be sitting right here. So you will take this white and this black cable, and these would actually get wire nutted to the original wires. So you just screw those on with the black to the black and the white to the white. I don't have those out here, so we're not going to show you that. I'm actually going to put this off to the side as well. So remember, this goes to the Chime. So these would actually be here, right? Because you would have the other wires coming up, so you'd be able to wire nut those together, and they just kind of go back into the hole out of the side of your house. Now you have these little clips here, and you want them to go right there above those holes. So the way this works is we're going to take these and slide them on with the clips up. I don't know if you can see that yet. I'll show you a little bit once I get it all screwed in there. But I put the clips to the top here, and then the holes are on the bottom. Now, I don't know if it really matters if the white or the black go on one side or the other, because it is AC. The white is your neutral and the black is your hot. But I'm going to put it together on the way that the instructions showed me, just so I'm following the way that they did it. So if you are looking at this, this would be on your left, my right. That is where the white goes. So I'm going to slide that in here as well. And then I'm going to take the small screw and screw that on. like so. And then we'll do the black as well. The small screw. Once again, remembering these screws are really tiny, so be careful where you're putting this together. I would not recommend doing it out by the grass or dirt where you might drop the screw and you won't be able to find this. Alright, so there you have it. You have the neutral line here and the hot line here. They're screwed into this. And then above it, you can see that's where the actual metal clips are for the camera to hook into. But that's the way it should look. And then these wires will be pushed back into the hole coming from the house. So that's pretty much it. This is ready to go. You're wired. So you're now going to take this, and as you see, it's still on. So the battery in here actually came charged because I did not pre-charge this. But you are going to slide this in. Now on the top of the camera there are two little clips, so you got to make sure that those lock in back here before you actually screw the whole thing in. So we're just going to put this in. It looks like the bottom wants to go in first, and then the top, I don't know if you heard that, it actually will clip in. Everything's actually in there pretty well. And then the hole on the bottom is lined up. So you will take the security screw and you will put that on there. Take the screwdriver, whoops, that came with it. We're going to just screw this on. Like so. And that's it. The doorbell is ready to go. So this is, like I said, this is how the doorbell would look. Except it'd be on the wall, and this would be going to the existing two wires that are coming from the house going to the existing doorbell that you're swapping out. And then all it works is it would hit the button here, which actually has a picture of a Chime on it. This here is your camera, this is your motion sensor, and here is your two-way audio speaker and microphone. And that's the whole thing. It's that simple. All you have to do is download the app on your phone, and that's how you'll be talking and seeing who's at your door live or back after the fact. So the person will just come up to the door, they'll hit the doorbell, which will actually be a lot louder than that. That's the doorbell chime built into the camera itself. This one will make it go louder when it hooks into your existing home system, and then it'll just start recording. Once again, this has been Monkey Around Reviews with the Victure Smart Video Doorbell Model VD300. If you've used video doorbells before, I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe.